We have an update on the arrest of Velveteen Dream, and the futures of the suspended AEW talents remains unclear. But first, the 2022 PWI 500 has been revealed. In 1991, Pro Wrestling Illustrated would introduce the PWI 500, which ranks the 500 best wrestlers for that given year. Well, today the latest list has been revealed. Ahead of the release, PWI would clarify the criteria for the rankings, which read as follows. The evaluation period runs from July 1st, 2021 until June 30th, 2022, and only wrestlers with a minimum of 10 matches between that time are eligible unless they've had 6 matches in separate months. As for how they are ranked, in-ring achievements, including win-loss records, championships, and tournament wins, all come into play. Their influence, including visibility, prestige within a promotion, or the business as a whole, is also taken into account. Technical ability, including moves, matches, and in-ring psychology, as well as finally competition, which accounts for success against the most varied and highest quality of opponents available. On top of this list is for male competitors only, with tag teams and females set to be ranked later on in the year. So with that said, let's take a look at the top 10 of the 500 for 2022, starting from the bottom. In at number 10 is former ROH World Champion Jonathan Gresham. Number 9 is Big E, who held the Money in the Bank briefcase and the WWE Championship during the evaluation period. Reigning AAA Mega Champion El Hijo del Vikingo comes in at number 8, having led the line down in Mexico. AEW's Bryan Danielson kicks his way into the number 7 spot after a solid first year in the promotion. Cody Rhodes is number 6, having held the AEW TNT Championship before his major move to WWE at WrestleMania 38. Bobby Lashley is number 5, having won the WWE title and picking up several big wins throughout the year. Hangman Page comes in at number 4, with his AEW World title run having took place during the 12-month evaluation period. In at number 3 is the highest placed All Elite Wrestling star CM Punk, who has become AEW World Champion during the 12 months. Kazuchika Okada is the only New Japan Pro Wrestling representative in the top 10, having won his 3rd G1 Climax, with many solid defenses of his former IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in the time period. And in at number 1 is the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, who has dominated WWE throughout the evaluation period, remaining undefeated, becoming the undisputed WWE Universal Champion in the process, with wins over Big E, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, and Finn Balor to top off a major year for the former Shield member. Several omissions from the top 10 include Jon Moxley, who was number 12, Hiroshi Tanahashi, who was number 15, Seth Rollins, who was 17, and Will Ospreay, who was down at number 27. Interestingly, Matt Cardona is the best ranked independent wrestler, coming in at number 13 after a solid heel run across many promotions, this being his highest ranking to date. But what do you make of this year's PWI 500 top 10, and who would be your number 1? Let me know in the comments down below. And next up, MJF has responded to recent criticism on his recent promos. Last Wednesday night, MJF would make his first AEW Dynamite appearance since the June 1st pipe bomb, with him once again teasing a move to WWE. He would state that he plans on winning the AEW World Championship belt to use it as a bargaining chip for the bidding war of 2024, with his AEW contract expiring on January 1st of that year. MJF referred to WWE head of creative Triple H as the greatest of all time, before calling co-CEO Nick Khan jolly old Saint Nick and the only Khan that matters in professional wrestling. This would receive criticism from some pundits in the wrestling space, with one of those being former WWE referee Jimmy Korderas, who feels AEW should stop referencing WWE, and he would post a video to Twitter and said, "I know I've talked about this in the past, but you don't want to repeat the mistakes that others made previously going forward into the future trying to grow your business." Look, a big debate about the promo from MJF on Wednesday night. Yes, he was fantastic on the mic and he hit home, but all those references to the other company and the game and all that sort of stuff, it draws big attention to the other company, especially coming from one of your biggest stars who that audience knows all the inside behind the curtain goings on about him, and possibly reaching out to the other side or them reaching out to him and all this sort of stuff. Look, ignore the other team, because that was the biggest downfall for this company right here, WCW. When they were in competition with the WWE, they didn't ignore them, they kept referencing them. Ignore them, stick to your business and grow your audience that way. On Twitter, MJF would then respond to the comments from Jimmy, calling himself the greatest promo of all time, and he would say, Former referee Jimmy Corderas tries to tell greatest promo of all time MJF how to do his job. Former Bell Times keeper Herbert Ponzarelli tries to tell MJF how to do a headlock. Whilst many feel the references add to MJF's heel persona, with it being a good way of getting heat with the AEW audience, others feel the opposite, with it positioning AEW as second best. Even CM Punk would comment on the matter in his recent post-All Out media scrum, where he said, "The grass is not greener on the other side, the grass is greener where you water it, and Max likes to shit where he eats instead of watering the grass." But how do you feel about the situation, and should AEW continue to reference WWE, or maybe just keep it as an MJF thing, or scrap it all together and focus on themselves? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next up, NXT has been rebranded once again. 1 year ago, WWE's developmental brand NXT would be rebranded to NXT 2.0 with a new colourful logo and set being introduced as opposed to the previous black and gold presentation. With Triple H now taking the reins as head of creative in WWE, he has now decided to rebrand NXT himself, with NXT introducing a new logo at the end of last night's 1 year NXT 2.0 celebrations. At the end of the show, a video would air voiced by WWE Hall of Famer and Senior Vice President of Talent Development and Creative, Shawn Michaels, who would talk about NXT's goals and said, "NXT has been and always will be about developing the superstars of tomorrow, but we will always reflect and acknowledge the past. NXT's consistently evolving with a focus on the future. Superstars develop and move on, but our message to our passionate fans will never change. We are NXT." The end of the video would see the NXT 2.0 logo fade out to reveal a gold and black version. Whilst the logo hasn't changed in terms of shape, the colourful branding has been removed, with it being a hybrid of the new and old NXTs. The 2.0 numbering was also removed. It's safe to say that the branding for NXT 2.0 was a little overbearing, with this much more subtle version of the logo being a vast improvement, with it being a nice throwback to the NXT of old. The last NXT 2.0 show would end with a bang after a brand new champion was crowned, with Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline defeating Carmelo Hayes to win the North American title, meaning every member of Roman Reigns' family stable holds gold. But what do you make of the new NXT logo, and is it even better than the original black and gold? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And next we have an update on the arrest of Velveteen Dream. In November 2021, Dream, real name Patrick Clark, was arrested on charges of possession of cocaine, use or possession of drug paraphernalia, destroying, altering, concealing physical evidence, and having no lamps illuminating devices in his vehicle. He would then be arrested twice in August, first for battery and trespassing on property, this after warning, and later for violation of parole. The initial August arrest would happen after an incident at a fitness club named Club Orlando, with Clark said to have gotten into an altercation after he was asked to exit an area of the gym that was about to be cleaned. Police records state that Clark became irate and argumentative towards the employee, leading to him being ordered to leave the facility. Instead, Clark allegedly threatened to kill him before biting him on the left chest near his armpit. In an update from PW Insider, the former NXT North American champion is slated to be arraigned for his probation violation on September 19th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern in Seminole County, Florida, with him set to answer to his criminal charges. Clark is said to have remained incarcerated in Seminole County, Florida since late August and appeared in front of a judge yesterday. And finally, the future of the suspended AEW talents remains unclear. Earlier this month, a brawl would break out following the AEW All Out pay-per-view, with EVPs Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks entering the locker room of CM Punk to confront him over comments that he made in the post-show media scrum. This would lead to the majority of the names in the room being suspended, including Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Michael Nakazawa, Pat Buck, Christopher Daniels, and Brandon Cutler, with CM Punk and Ace Steel's jobs up in the air. In an update from Fightful Select, even the names themselves aren't sure how long they're going to be suspended for, with them adding some details as to why. And they would write, Fightful Select learned on Tuesday that as of now, the numerous talents and coaches who were suspended don't necessarily know how long their suspensions are going to last. Those backstage in AEW said they believe that will remain the case until any potential legal situations are figured out and the investigation into the situation is complete. It was added that Kenny Omega, Michael Nakazawa, and Christopher Daniels were already scheduled to miss last week's episode of Dynamite due to them visiting Japan, which is where they are right now. The news follows the recent removal of CM Punk and the Elite from the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view poster, although Punk would have had to be removed anyway due to injury. As for the EVPs, their removal raises questions as to whether they will be back on screen before November or not, with those involved no clearer than we are. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 things you didn't know about AEW's Danhausen.